up, everybody? It's JR, the Driveway Engineer, and today we are doing plastic welding on our shaved LS intake. Let's get started. Hey, what are you doing? Naughty stuff? Getting all dirty? Come here. Say hello to YouTube.
Say hello, I'm Peanut. I'm the dirty stuff in the world. I got to roll in the dirt.
Anyway, so I've already started here, and I pretty much have devised a methodology that I like, so I'm going to share it with you. I've seen, and you probably saw it briefly in my other video, which I'd have to go back and watch myself to be sure, where people, pardon me, you've seen where people will take the pieces that they cut off and they weld that back on and they trim it and they use a screw to hold it, and I gave that a whirl and it was a real pain in the neck. So what I did was a little research, and I got a hold of one of the engineers at GM who told me that this is a product called Nylon 66. And Nylon 66 is used in zip ties, used in intake manifolds, radiator tanks, etc., etc. And it's used in nylon turners or spatulas. So what I did was go to the dollar store. I bought 8 of these, which is probably more than I need. But I can shred these handles up and use them as filler. And I can trim these up and use them as patches, which is what I've done here. So that's not flush. I understand that. I'm okay with that, because I am going to have a turbo engine. I'm happier with the butt weld than I would be with I'm happier with the overlapping weld than I would be with the butt weld. This is always going to be stronger. So you see how I do it there. Just takes a little bit of finesse. I try to get down into what I would call the parent material, being the intake manifold itself, so that I get a full good fuse bond, which I have here on this one. So I'm going to quit monkeying with it. And from there, I go ahead and make my welds. This stuff cuts ridiculously easy. So, see if I can cut this without cutting my finger off while holding the soldering iron. So I just cut it off with a pair of aviator snips and hold it up there like so. Let me see if I can get this power for you. I didn't bother with, putting a screw in it or anything else. I just hold it up there. I melt down the parent material and get that in the mood, and I run the tip of the soldering iron show you how I did that. Also, I got the soldering iron off Amazon for like $6 because I don't want to mess up my good one. So what I do here is I run the tip under there and get that nice and gooey and get this nice and soft. And then I smush the whole thing together and stir it up. Which was pretty effective on the first one. And I don't see any reason why it won't continue to be effective. Once you get it gooey, you can remelt it pretty easy. It's kind of like TIG welding. Actually, you can come back over it and make it look a little better. This preliminary bond, I can't pull. Nope, I can pull that off. So that might be a problem. Now I gotta redo it. My plan is to actually come back in and go over the top of the whole thing with more of this material. I want to shred it up and use it like Bondo. And then from there, I want to fill it and work it nice and smooth. So I'll bring you back when I have all these patches on. And we'll go from there. Alright folks, so it's nearly dark and I got waylaid, had to tune a car for a guy. But I've got all my little patches on here. And I'm doing a couple experiments. This one, I have a patch just like this. But I put another spatula on top of it and cooked it with a torch. These two I just went back over with a torch. And these ones on this side I did nothing to at all. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be the strongest. I'm going to go ahead and do what we engineers call barnyard testing. And we will see if I can find the my tool. There it is. So we want to know if this will hold up to boost. The easiest way is going to be to hit it with this hammer. I'm going to send it over here. Do that. Knock my beer and everything down. So let's smack this stuff with a hammer. Well, that held and did nearly nothing. Seems fine. That broke down here at the bottom where I had a patch. This wasn't a full piece that covered it up, so that flexed in and broke that patch. And that whole thing's going to come out now. That had the same result. It broke where I patched it right down there. We'll try the other side. Now this is full coverage, but nothing but the soldering iron around the side. That had no effect. So, it would seem that the key is cut your little patches big enough to cover that, because if you wind up scabbing a piece in, it's not going to be strong enough. If you lay another piece over top and melt it down, this seems super strong. I just didn't want to go back over all of them, but it looks like that's kind of what I'm going to have to do. So, this is way better. This right here is a far better test than your cousin's Uncle Leroy telling you, well, I did that and it was fine. I ran it for years. We can know. So, that concludes patching up this episode of the Driveway Engineer. Stay tuned for more, and we will continue to figure out how to do this the best way for boost. So until next time, this is JR. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already. And we'll see you later.